Oh my God, Temptation Island is back and I am so here for it. Temptation Island is streaming on USA and it is hosted by Mark Wahlberg. Not that Mark Wahlberg, not Mark Wahlberg. This is Mark Wahlberg of the Moment of Truth fame. Go watch that show. That is crazy. So the premise of Temptation Island is that four couples who have been having issues in their relationship go to an island and they get split up between the men and the women, and they get to live in a house full of a whole bunch, eight single guys, eight single girls, and they get to decide whether they want to continue to work out their relationship with their original partner, get together with one of the new people, or leave the island alone. Kind of like the ultimatum, but it's not specifically about marriage. And they don't swap couples. There's singles for them. I love Temptation Island, and it gets messy and dramatic, and I feel like this season is going to blow up. All right, so the couples we have are Hull and Kaitlin. They've been together for 8 years, and about 8 years, and they've been engaged for 1. They came because they are not progressing toward marriage, even though they're engaged. Kaitlin is not excited to plan the wedding or move forward with that, so she thinks that there's something going on there, missing between the two of them, so that's why they're here. Then we have Great and Paris. They've been together for about a year. He is not as serious as she is. She wants a family, she wants kids. He is not as serious, and we later learn that he has cheated on her in the past. So, yeah. Great says that he'll do what it takes to keep Paris, but Great thinks that Paris is dumb. And Great says that she is just triggered easily. So there's some communication issues right off the bat. Next up, we have Marisela and Christopher. I'm just gonna call him Chris because I'm lazy. I hope he's okay with that. They've been together for 2 years. They have a lot to learn about each other. They don't communicate very well. She has her walls up. She doesn't want to get vulnerable with him because she's scared of being hurt because, let me guess, he's cheated on her in the past. He even calls himself a respectable whore. No, get out of that relationship. They also call themselves a little codependent. He actually breaks down the amount of days out of like 2 years or something that they have not been together. And I'm like, how do you even count that? Like, weird. Lastly, we have Vanessa and Roberto. This couple, okay, so they've been together for like a year. They have 10 years age gap. She's 34, he's 24. She wants him to be more mature. She wants to mold him into what he can become because he has potential. He feels like he can't meet her standards and that he is trying to prove himself to her. And this relationship, I'm already like heated. So she wants a mature man, but we find out that he is way more mature than she is. She is a nightmare, and I implore Roberto to run away as far as possible from this woman. Ugh. I am in a relationship with an age gap, and I am the older of the two. And I don't think that is necessarily an issue. I think that if there is some common ground and level of maturity of the younger one and the older one, maybe that says something. I'm less mature than my age. It's about life events. It's about growing together. It's about learning. It's about communication. And it's about respect. And I don't think Vanessa has any respect for Roberto. The couples all go to the first bonfire of the season and talk to Mark about their relationships. And we get a little bit more in depth onto each one. So we hear that Hull and Kaitlin broke up a while ago in the middle of their relationship because he wanted to date other people. And she didn't know that he wanted to date other people. He just ended it in like a more vague sort of way. But the real reason was because he wanted to date other people. And I do give him credit for not cheating, because that's what most people would probably do, is cheat if they wanted to date other people, as opposed to end it and then date other people. But that makes Kaitlin a little bit nervous about coming to Temptation Island when there are women to date. She's just throwing them into a candy shop. Have fun. Also, during this bonfire, it starts to rain a little bit, like drizzle. I mean, it didn't look like rain. It looked like heavy rain. It just looked like, okay, cloudburst, done. Vanessa freaks out. She's like, oh my God, I need an umbrella right now. Oh my God. Meanwhile, Roberto's like, the fuck you doing? Calm down. My God. She was obnoxious, and I was like, wow, that was a reaction to nothing. That must be exhausting. So the bonfire ends, and the couples have their final night together. Back at the house, Roberto confronts Vanessa about the rain thing and how she was completely embarrassing and just rude about it. And she just tells him to fuck off and shut up. So this is healthy. Roberto is clearly the adult in this situation. He decides to apologize to her because he knows that is the only way forward in this relationship, is that he always has to take the loss, even if he's not wrong, and apologize to her so that she feels like the goddess she is. I don't like Vanessa. What is it with these villains named Vanessa? Huh? Ultimatum, and now this? Leave Vanessa's alone. Stop giving Vanessa's a bad name. So after Roberto apologizes, we see a night cam, and it seems like this is the pattern, that they get in a fight, Roberto apologizes because he has to, and then they go to the bedroom, and he gets his happy ending under the covers. Like, he gets, and we can kind of see it. Not it, but it's pretty obvious he's getting a happy ending. So I guess that night ended well for him. Fight, apologize, BJ, repeat. This season, instead of splitting up the guys and the girls right away, we have a party with everybody. All the couples, all the singles. They're ready for drama this season. They're like, let's do this. We know. During the party, Tajik, I think that's his name, Tajik, pulls Paris, and they are kind of hitting it off. They're flirting, but he gives me F-boy vibes, but she's getting butterflies. We'll see. Great is not happy that Paris is talking to anybody else. He's saying, like, nobody is better than me for you. Nobody here for you. He's very negging on her, and I don't like it. Marisela and Christopher, they're talking on the couch, and he's telling her to stop drinking. A little controlling. I don't like it. He's like, oh, you're too lit already. And she's like, this isn't even alcohol. What are you talking about? And he's like, yeah, don't drink. And then they're holding hands the entire time. They're the couple that came together. So they're not really exploring or meeting any of the new people. They're kind of very closed off to this experience so far. He also shushes her here after he tells her to stop drinking. And I don't like that either. I don't like the controllingness. Not here for it. So Christopher and Marisela are on the couch just talking to a couple other of the females, and they're talking about their relationship and how Christopher wants kids and Marisela doesn't, but he says, oh, she wants something else. Oh no, I'm not going to tell you. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. Oh, and she's like, well, now you have to share it. And all the girls are like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? All innocent, just trying to have a conversation. They're like, oh, what are you talking about? Meanwhile, Christopher proceeds to tell them that Marisela wants like a girlfriend as well as a boyfriend. And it's like, that's not his business to share. And to top it off, Marisela hasn't even come out or shared any of that information with her friends or family or anybody like that. So he's just like sharing her business on TV with like to random people and on television. So now everybody's gonna know. And she's just like, why why are you doing this? Like, and she says that she feels that he is using her story to hit on other women, which is kind of true. So, not liking this. And then Vanessa is like constantly keeping tabs on Roberto and just like, oh, they're being loud over there laughing. You know, like one of those jealous girlfriends who are like making fun of the laugh of people who are actually laughing. And then she like disses Roberto and is like, Roberto's not even that funny anyway. So why are they laughing? It's like, then why are you with him? If you don't think he's funny. So Temptation Island is a mess, but it is a glorious mess, and I can't wait to see how it unfolds. Also new this season is a red light, and I just got kind of wind of this in the ads, is that there's a red light. So in the houses, the red light is going to go off if somebody in the other house is getting some freak on. So while they're split up, and they don't know whose partner is getting their freak on or who with. So the original couples are just like, great, somebody over there is doing something they shouldn't, and we don't know who it is, but we're going to see it at the bonfire. And maybe that red light will give them incentive to go try things like, oh, I bet that's my ex, my beau, so I'm going to go do this because they are. I don't know. I don't know how this is going to go. I'm wondering what other changes are going to unfold. I'm excited to see what we got. So tell me what you think about this season of Temptation Island so far. What do you think of the couples? Do you think Vanessa's going to be the villain of the season? Do you think any of these couples are going to stay together? Probably not. My guess is no. No. Tell me your thoughts down below. I want to hear them all. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time on Temptation Island.